Hey everyone, and welcome back to the MLG Championships. Golden Boy alongside the best, Gandhi, Father Christmas, the Easter Bunny.
Indeed.
I don't know. I don't know why I called you the Easter Bunny
Yeah,
just now.
that was a curveball.
That was a curveball, and I'm pretty sure no one expected that. But we have ADV going up here against Envy. 2-1 ADV leads right now. You see all the ADV boys right there. Domination on Freight will be the battleground between these two teams, and it's a tough one to call, Gandhi.
Yeah, and Freight Domination's one that I've personally seen Envy consistently win, so ADV is going to have their hands full. The one thing Envy loves to do is exactly what Rambo's basically doing. They like to flip the spawns and basically say neutral A, and then you got to kind of work for B, but they also get in front of your base and they just sit there. They just sit there. That's it. And Rambo spots a guy, takes him out. Great play.
And that could be very frustrating. You know what I mean? Like, and look there, Envy, they set up right away. There is going to be a player on the side there inside of that the two-story warehouse, but it's going to get stopped.
Look at this. Look at this. Rambo playing ever so patiently. Spots a guy, calls him out, says beer one, cleans that guy up, and now he still has control even though his teammates were down, and that's going to buy them enough time to get in position and basically stop the ADV push on B.
Yeah, and a great stop over there as Proofy was trying to make his way over by that porter balcony. Proofy making his way in. Beer one?
Yeah.
Beer one? Okay.
This is what, well, that's what Curse Las Vegas calls it.
I actually like that. I like that because
it's shorter. Like, the main thing about call-outs is, like, we were going over call-outs, and Nameless was like, all right, I got a great call for this one. We're going to call it 18-wheeler. And I was like, no, we're not. That's too long to say.
Yeah.
We'll call it semi. And he was like, all right.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all about the short and concise.
Well,
so beer
and
one, beer
also
two.
you have, I mean, coming from your background, your call-outs, it's everything.
Oh, it is.
It has to be quick and concise and to the point, you know what I mean? Just a funny story here, sidetrack for a bit. Back when I used to compete, if there was something I just didn't know, I just called it Pikachu. If there was like an area, it was an area on, I'm trying to remember on one of the maps, Scrapyard actually in MW2. It's like right in the middle of like L wall, or right in the middle of the L tunnel. And I was just like, Pikachu. Just call it Pikachu. I have no idea what to call it Pikachu. It worked out really well. Anyway, here looking at Rambo and the rest of the Envy crew as they're currently going to be tied in this matchup. This has been quite the game to kick off this Freight Dom match.
Yep, ADV does have a little bit of a lead here. They do have control of B, and right now what Envy is looking to do is basically just push them into their spawn. They're taking A, and now this is the objective dilemma. Now ADV has to say, do we want to keep B or do we want to take A? And Envy actually make a domination here as they're just going to basically neutral B, and they are able to get A. Great play from the guys in blue.
Now let's see here. Look at the spawn. They're actually spawning all by mid. So Karma and company, they're going to be focusing their attention there as he is actually going to get picked off. And we just had something crazy going on the side stage. Apparently, complexity in TCM. There's no way that you can ever imagine that game not being being boring. You know what I mean? That's two amazing teams. But anyway, back to the Envy ADV matchup. An equally awesome game. Rambo able to take one player off the hip fire. It seems like ADV will get control of C, and Envy, they're open to take B if they want it.
Yep. Karma now rotating in the middle of the map, doubling up on the cap, and that's so important because when you're going by yourself, it takes so long, but people just, sometimes in the heat of the moment, it just doesn't happen, and that's where like that fifth pair of eyes or just a good communicator is going to be like, you got to jump on it, and that's Envy's a team who's always going to be consistent with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, it's that communication, right? And you had mentioned Rambo just being that shot caller for this squad. But even then, though, I mean, you got to talk about Merc, right? Merc's another guy who, he also is a very vocal individual. And Proofy, too. I mean, honestly, the only player on that team that's, like, quiet and reserved is Karma, really, when you think about it. But even then, he gets vocal. He gets loud.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even need to do that because he's just slaying. He's just straight up destroying people.
He's my little Bilbo Baggins.
You did not just say that. Oh, Karma, big win, gets a double. Huge kill there from Karma as he is actually going to be 16-8 here, navigating the backfield, getting taken out over by that back three-story alley. And it seems as if Rambo on your screen is going to try and see if he can mess around with ADV yet again. Score is going to be 63-48. Envy in full control of this matchup, leading by 14 points.
Yep, they do have to be a little bit worrisome here, though, as they only have A, and now Rambo's going to go for the neutral. He's going to be taken out, and this is going to cut away at the lead just a little bit, but Envy does have to be careful. They may only win this one by a couple seconds, and that's not what they wanted. They were dominating this match. Rambo with a big win on his home flag. They're not going to lose A, which is very good. They're taking B currently, and no member of ADV is in a position as Cosmo is going to be the last hope, and he's actually able to fend them off. 30 seconds here. They're going to chip away. It's probably going to be about a 15-second game.
Wow, this is insane. I mean, honestly, ADV being able to hang in there like this, but Envy moving in as actually go ahead, hop on board. Merc is going to watch it. Flag's going to be neutral. Points will be gained equally on each side. It's going to be 76 to 63 here. A 13-point game.
I was a little bit off.
You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good call. Karma, let's see if he gets his nade. No. He actually connected with it, which is pretty wild. But there you have it, 78 to 65. Wow.
78-65, 13-point difference. And it's going to be interesting to see how Envy plays this next side, because they had A, right?
Yeah, I believe it flipped. I believe they flipped at one point.
They flipped it, so they originally had C. Yeah, they originally had C, and they pushed up. Yeah. So when you have A, it's a little bit better just because you can push front red, and the main spawn when you're actually C is going to be back lumber behind red. Okay. So you sit red side, and they just die. I mean, you know from playing. Yeah. Like you're like, why is this guy top orange?
Yeah.
Like, why is he there?
Yeah.
Like, he's always there.
It's a very aggravating thing.
Yeah. So as long as you sit in front of top red, or in front of red, you're going to have just basically cleanup kills.
Interesting stuff there. I mean, obviously, domination, it's because it's so different from hardpoint. They're polar opposites. You know, domination, it's all about, you know, spread out positioning.
Yep.
Hardpoint, it's about rotation and then your position. You know, while, of course, rotations are everything. In a map like Freight, for example, or even like Sovereign or something like that, you don't necessarily need to push up.
You don't.
There's no desire. There's no need for it. Some teams like to do it. Some teams like to do it. I necessarily don't agree with it, but again, it's all in a matter of taste, you know?
Yeah, I agree completely with that. It's, you know, it's all about your comfort zone, you know? And it's the one thing that's most important for competing. And if you can learn anything from watching anyone, just notice how the best players are always comfortable with the most pressure on their shoulders.
I agree with you on that one. And there you can see Envy hanging out.
You're taking a photo of him?
I'm trying, man. If I can actually do this profile thing, right? Be like, Rambo Ray, Merc Envy, Proofy, and Karma. This is Team Envy. Like, I mean, I could do it, man. I could do it all day long.
That is exactly how the intros need to be. Screw the player shots. That's how it needs to be.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hop over here to Karma. Actually, you know what? Let's give ADV some love. I've been very pro Envy this game. But ADV, man, they've been just surprising the crap out of me. So currently the spread right now is going to be sitting at, 13 points here. And, excuse me, Diabolic, what happened on your end?
Basically what happened was Envy's going to be pushing all the way up. They have 3 guys, and they get that quick B every single time on A. And what I want to see from ADV is not anything to contest B, go underground, and just flip it. That's what they need to do. They just have to flip it, because this is just going to be a death zone for them. I mean, look, even though they've taken out 2 people, notice how they just can't get to B.
Yeah,
there's guys on it, but look, Cosmo's going to be taken out. His teammate, oh my God, his teammate was able to get it. I am impressed. That never happens.
Like last second caps, you know? Those are always welcomed.
Yeah, you know? That's impressive, man. Cosmo rounding all the way back to the back of his flag, making sure no one's there.
And he's good in this area, so not much really for him to look at. Seems like we are going to have one player push up. That is going to be Strife, pushed up inside of the Envy base. Strife is going to get taken out, jumping back over to Cosmo, back of C yet again. And that's just watching the backfield. That's the job. Again, it's a game of positioning. That's it. That's what domination is all about. Look at Diabolic waiting to see if anyone's going to creep around. He's actually going to end up getting taken out here. Strife gets dropped. Cosmo now is going to be making his way up. But look at that. All of them get taken out. All 4 down. Diabolic off the respawn. He can't do anything about that as Envy is going to reclaim B.
Yeah, Envy, great job. How they did it, wasn't paying attention. I just can tell you by the ADV positioning, being all the way back at your flag and not putting any pressure on them is never a good thing. If you watch a team, the best team for this map right now in this game type is Complexity, and they run 4 subs, and they all run lightweight, and they are always, always, always in your base. Yeah. And look at this. Look at Merc. Go to Merc real quick. Merc blocking the spawn there. All you have to do is basically just be right in front of the little wheel thingy.
That was actually something that Complexity discovered. I think they called it the Coldor or something like that. It was so funny. It was so funny. I was actually watching on a stream. I think it was Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was. And it was so funny. I saw Nameless was like, dude, we got glitched. And I was like, come on, man. Like,
it's not
It didn't get glitched. He's just broke the game already.
Yeah, he just figured it out, figured out a way to stop it. But, all right, so Strife is going to end up getting taken out there. Cosmo on your screen as ADV does manage to secure B. Now, granted, it is going to be a 13-point game here in favor of Envy. They just need to hold this one down just a little bit longer. I mean, it's tied up. This is not the position ADV really wants to be in, so they need to continue to just maintain position on B and spread out, get those angles off, and they're able to shut them down. They just need to be able to shut down the man I'm highlighting right here, Karma, 14-5.
Holy God.
He is just making his way. He's having his way, I should say, with ADV, but he needs his teammates to be able to move in there and just get the objective and make that happen. Let Karma slay, get the objective, and get those positions.
He's going to just kind of fake it out here a little bit. Actually, he's going to go for it. He's going to be cleaned up there. And kind of what I want to see from Envy here, when you have front red.
Oh,
God.
Nice by Merc. He gets up in excitement. That's 3 down here as Envy's going to be able to secure B.
Huge.
What a triple by Merc.
That was absolutely bonkers. Merc's going to be taken out there. I think he was still standing up from screaming. What I want to see from Envy is actually for them to push up and start closing the doors, and that's going to force ADV to, one, take a couple seconds to open up the doors, but also forces them through 3 pathways. Instead of them being able to go bottom red or anything like that, it eliminates it because they want to take the fastest route. They're going to go straight out in the front, and they're just going to be cleaned up. It's easy picking for Envy at that point.
Yeah, and you can see one player actually going to go and contest B, so this is Rambo's opportunity. They don't know that he's up top, and that has to be frustrating when you think you have it ready, and yet another person just comes up there and thwarts it. But one player from ADV pushing in, clean up there for Karma. And one guy actually going to be running around this side here. Karma able to secure that as well. It's like when you have low HP in this game and then you have a Slayer like Karma, it already gets really bad. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes it that much easier for him to just rack up kills. He's a naturally gifted Slayer, really coming into his own in Call of Duty, always been talented.
You know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's Game 5 time.
Oh, buddy, and seems like Envy, they're able to hold this one down, and with the last couple of seconds dwindling here on the clock, ADV keeping themselves focused. That is going to do it. Karma 18-7 on the other side. Sender had a great game, 13-13, but it's just not enough. Look at Karma.
That is
20-8.
I don't even. There was a lot of things Envy just did right.
He's like a unicorn that's just like running on a rainbow, and all he's doing is just getting kills.
Right.
It's just it's a wonderful thing.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I can't top that. That was a unicorn running on a rainbow. That was well, the rainbows aren't solid though. It'd be more like
not at all. This rainbow that the unicorn's running on, 100% solid ground.
It got paved.
It got paved. It got paved by the gnomes. By the gnomes. Yeah, they got paid by the gnomes. All right, so that's going to do it. We're going to Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Search and Destroy. It doesn't get any better than this. You have a great match on Bravo. Yeah. You have a great match on Alpha. This is Call of Duty at its finest.
Indeed.
Love it, man. All right, we'll see you in a little bit on the other side.